Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the Atmakaraka. And for those of you that don't know what the Atmakaraka is, in Joni astrology, which is another part of Vedic astrology, I particularly do the Parashara system, but Joni was another one of the seers, whereas Parashara was one of the great seers that handed down these great writings and teachings of Vedic astrology. So was Sage Joni. And he came up with a beautiful system of astrology, and it includes the Karakas in terms of Karakas being, the Karakas are according to their degree. So you're going to be looking at the zodiacal degrees of the planets. Whereas when you look at Parashara's system of astrology, you look at different planets. For everyone means the same thing, such as the sun is always the Karaka of the father, the moon is always the Karaka for the mother, Mars is always Karaka for brothers and sisters, and Jupiter is always Karaka for children. Now in Joni, you have these Karakas where the planets, according to their zodiacal degree, represent something very specific only to you in your chart. And so I'm going to just start with the Atmakaraka, which is the planet that's in the highest zodiacal degree in your chart. So yours is going to be different than anyone else's unless they have that planet the highest degree. So the Atmakaraka, and remember this too, you're not going to be including the outer planets nor Rahu or Ketu from my vantage point. Some do use the nodes, but I don't in this system. So the Atmakaraka, being the planet that's in highest zodiacal degree, what does that mean? It represents who you are. It is everything that you're about. It's what you've come here to achieve and who you are. This is what you're most comfortable being and doing and knowing, whatever your Atmakaraka is. It just comes natural. It's what and who you are at the highest level. It's your Atma. That's your spirit. That's you. And Karaka means it's the indicator of you. So we're going to talk about what planet that you could have as your Atmakaraka. And remember, we don't use Rahu or Ketu, or at least I don't. So looking at that, many times in Vedic astrology, you can read in some of the books it says, oh, if you have a planet that's 29 degrees, 28 degrees, it's old age, it's burnt up, it's ruined. No, it's not. And here's what I think. Any planet that is at a high level of degree, 27, 28, 29 degrees, even if it's not your Atmakaraka, it means a level of maturity. Yes, it doesn't mean it's burnt up and used up. Get that out of your head. The reason why I know it's not, because I know I've worked with astrology all these years, and people that have these planets at a high degree, they're not burned up or destroyed. It represents a high degree of wisdom, development from many lifetimes, old age, yes. This is wisdom and knowledge. Like if somebody has Saturn at 29 degrees, so an old soul, they've been here many times, talk about wisdom, Saturn's the Atmakaraka. So you have to look at it like this. Not that it's burnt up, or a planet that's so 0 degrees or 1 degree is so weak because it's too new or young. I find people that have planets that are in very early degrees are very excited about things because it is new to them. You know, it's like a child at first gets to do something. You know how vibrant and excited and fun it is. That's like these young planets. It's like that. But the planets that are old and high in degree, been there, done that. They have great knowledge and wisdom. And therefore, this takes into account the Atmakaraka. So I want to go over all of the planets, and this will be the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn as the Karaka being the Atmakaraka. So if you have the Sun as the Atmakaraka, you're in charge, you're in power, you have a really strong sense of yourself and ego. The Sun puts out the energy and the light. You are a giver. You're always putting out energy. You're always going. You're always in fast movement. You're an inspiration to other people. The Sun is all about inspiration in life, and that's what you do. You're a leader. You're the great guidance. But most of all, there is a spunk and a fire in you that is so full of inspiration and greatness and leadership. That's who you are. You can't follow. You always have to be the one that's in charge and the one who's the leader. You're inspiring, and you can be an inspirational teacher or coach to anyone with the Sun being the Atmakaraka. So if your moon is the Atmakaraka, then you are incredibly sensitive, feeling, and emotional. And you're constantly giving nourishment to others, giving them, making them feel secure, making them feel wanted, making them feel appreciated, loving. A very reflective force that you give. People give to you, but you return it. You return the light, just as the moon reflects the energy and light of the Sun. You're reflecting that back. You give hope, you give security, you give love. And you're very, very, very sensitive. And probably you have to remember not to take things so personally. Because when the moon is the Atmakaraka, everything is so, you sense, you feel, you know. It's tough for you. You've got to learn how to not be so overly sensitive and sensitized. But you can be a great leader in terms of guiding people and making them feel wanted and loved and appreciated. That's a beautiful planet to have as your Atmakaraka. Mercury as the Atmakaraka, you are the teacher. You give guidance. Your mind is constantly going. It's 100 miles an hour. You're smart, you're brilliant, and you love to learn and you love to travel. And the way that you communicate is beautiful. As a matter of fact, you'd make a fantastic writer, an orator, where you speak so well. You know how to use words. And writing would be one of the greatest gifts you could give back to the world, because your power of expression and understanding and teaching is extraordinarily, it's ultra mega developed to the extreme extent. Use your communication skills to help the world and help others, because you're greatly gifted, and you're granted with the power also to convince others with the language and the speech. So you would make an incredible salesperson, because let me just say, when you believe in something, nothing's going to stop you. You can make everyone believe in it. And therefore, you're just a natural when it comes to sales and productivity. If your Atmakaraka is Venus, you love beautiful things. You love to design. You love to be surrounded by beauty. You could be an interior designer. You could be an artist. You love to work with color, design, creativity. That's who you are. Fashion, beauty, anything to do with even cosmetics or clothing or anything that makes the world a more beautiful place. You have a knack and a talent with color, design, everything. You see the world more vividly through the lens of color and music and all of the arts. These are a part of your of your ways, who you are. You see the arts as the music of the world, through color, through music, through the beauty of the written word, everything to do with poetry and just a sense of feeling. And one thing I will say, with Venus being Atmakaraka, you have incredible social skills. You know how to say and do the right thing at the right time. Etiquette comes natural. You know, I sometimes say, you can't teach people how to have manners and have etiquette and social skills. It's innate. And that would be when Venus is the Atmakaraka, especially if it's in Libra. Oh my God, it's over the top. So, if Mars is your Atmakaraka, this means that you are high voltage energy. Nothing's going to stop you. You're constantly on the go. You're an athlete, strong muscle, strong build. Everything about Mars is who you are. So what does that make you? A warrior on all levels, and especially a spiritual warrior, someone that fights for causes you believe in and motivates everyone, because you've got the power to motivate and inspire people from the gut level. You feel, you know, you sense. You're active, you're strong, you're vivacious, you're ambitious, you're driven. That is the power of Mars as the Atmakaraka. If Jupiter's the Atmakaraka, oh my goodness, how lucky is that? You're a healer, you're a teacher. You know the vast knowledge of the universe, and you know how to give it back. You know how to direct people. You have such beautiful values. You understand the workings of the world, the laws of the universe, of karma. You're a philosopher. You're a spiritualist. You want the world to be fair and right. And righteousness is part of who you are. Incredible sense of virtue and fairness. Most of all, spirituality and truth are your mission. And with Jupiter's Atmakaraka, you travel the world to discover new things, to broaden your horizons and your consciousness and your awareness, because it's always about finding the truth. And teaching it, learning how to give it back. And you will be a philanthropist, because giving back what you've gained is the most important thing to you. So if your Atmakaraka is Saturn, here's the good news I have to tell you. I would much rather have Saturn on my side than any other planet. Because it can give you the greatest gifts of all. And that is, it gives you your just rewards for all of your hard work. So if you've worked hard and you feel like you'll never get a lucky break, and you've got Saturn Atmakaraka, think again. You just have to be patient. It comes. And it comes with the best, greatest, grandest rewards than ever. Let me say this. If you have Saturn as your Atmakaraka, I can promise you the second part of life is better than the first. And that's so much better than having it the other way around, because it's much better to not have it and get it. That's when you really appreciate it, rather than when you had it and you lose it. Saturn is the one that gives our greatest gifts, because it gives us what we deserve. From all of our hard work, there's nothing that feels greater, grander, or better than having you be rewarded for everything you've done. Rather than feeling cheated, you will not. And Saturn, of course, being the Atmakaraka, gives great wisdom. And wisdom is what we're all here to attain and learn. And I have to say, Saturn is my Atmakaraka at 29 degrees of Libra. And all of that definitely applies to me in the sense of the struggles in my earlier part of life has paid off. And now I feel like I'm getting my just rewards because I put the time in, the effort, the energy, the responsibility, the discipline. I never thought it'd pay off, but it has. That's how Saturn operates. So with that, I hope that you've learned a lot by understanding the Atmakaraka. We'll talk more on the other Karakas in Joni astrology, but this one is easy to spot, easy to know in a chart. And if you don't know your Vedic chart, do not be doing this with your Western chart. It's wrong. Go to your Vedic sidereal chart, calculate it through my free chart calculator on my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And remember, if you want to study Vedic astrology with me, be part of my university, go to my university website, which is universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.